You're listening to a News OK podcast.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the News OK Comics Podcast, hosted at Planet46.com. I'm Matt Price. I'm here with Kyle Roberts. If we get through this entire podcast without coughing, I think you should all mail us $1.
We're both somewhat sick, but let's get through this.
All right.
It appears the new Spider-Man is a total nerd like you and I.
That is great news. He says, I've always been obsessed with that comic, talking about Spider-Man, and that character and that symbol and everything he stands for.
Yep.
So that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, and he says he's an important figure, and skinny young boys all across the world like him, love Spider-Man, and so I think it's awesome that he's totally into the comic and the character, and I think he's going to do a great job. And he's starring in the social media, which should be social network, which should be out in a couple weeks, I think.
Yeah, it's about Facebook. So I'm excited. I'm excited that he's excited. We're all excited.
Cool.
The next thing that's going on, we've been following Shadowland here and there, and Daredevil's getting all messed up. We don't know how that's all going to play out, but they did announce that Black Panther will take over the Daredevil book as of issue 513.
Morph into that.
Yeah, it's going to be called Black Panther: The Man Without Fear. It's going to be written by David Liss, and the artist will be Francesco Francavilla.
And Black Panther will be in New York.
He will be in New York. No longer the king of Wakanda, has no more vibranium. One of the things David Liss says, he has to figure out what it means to be T'Challa without the roles, responsibilities, and powers that have defined him for so long.
So I don't know. Maybe this is the goofiness in me. It sounds like it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
And fairly dark still, and kind of with that whole probably Shadowland type darkness to it.
Right.
But when I just first read that, I can't help but thinking Crocodile Dundee. So
Crocodile Dundee.
So I don't know.
Maybe there'll be some Crocodile Dundee elements
of this guy in this total different universe comes to New York and pulls out a knife and says, "That's a knife."
I was just gonna say I can't even remember a Crocodile Dundee quote to throw in there, but you brought us one back.
There we go.
Also, Mark Millar, one of our much discussed writers around here, the writer of Civil War and of course Wanted and Kick-Ass, which became movies. He's going to direct his own superhero movie.
Very cool.
IGN UK announced he's going to direct the movie Miracle Park. It's going to be an independent film shot on handheld cameras to have kind of a Paranormal Activity or Last Exorcism vibe to it. And, of course, he also promises lots of violence, which shouldn't be a big surprise for anybody who's read a Mark Millar comic
I think that's going to fit. We don't know exactly how he's going to, be in a director role.
Right.
But I'm sure he was around the set a whole lot on, Kick-Ass and stuff like that. So I think it's going to fit perfectly with that whole idea, and it's going to be dark, and it's in a modern day Scotland.
Yes, being filmed in Scotland right now.
So I think that's going to work.
They expect a trailer to be ready by January.
All right, cool.
All right,
let's dig into the review file.
Very good. Brightest Day number 10. This has been one of the best-selling books every month that it's been coming out bi-weekly, and it remains one of the best-selling books. Jeff Johns, Peter Tomasi are the writers. You find out more about Firestorm in this issue. The new Firestorm is Ronnie Raymond merged with Jason Rusch, who was the newer Firestorm, and what's the deal? What's merged them? What do their powers mean? Lots of secrets revealed in this issue. Also, as you can see from the cover, the new Aqualad. We don't exactly know what's been happening there. It's Jackson Hyde, a character who had been living in New Mexico, away from water. What were his parents trying to protect him from? We find out more about him in this issue as well. So mysteries are revealed.
And Brightest Day 10.
And Brightest Day 10. Speaking of mysteries, Mystery Society
IDW.
number 3. Steve Niles, Fiona Staples. The Mystery Society is Nick Hammond and his wife Anastasia Collins. They have kind of a Nick and Nora thin man type relationship. They formed the Mystery Society with Sally and Nina, these telepathic girls, young girls, as well as a robot with Jules Verne's brain and a secret skull who's a vigilante girl with a skull mask. And they kind of try to solve these various mysteries while the government's hot on their trail. I enjoy this a lot. It's been a fun series. Third issue out right now, and I like it. If you like kind of paranormal mystery type stuff, it should be right up your alley.
All right, Astonishing Spider-Man and Wolverine, number 3. So we've talked about the first couple of these. Basically, Wolverine and Spidey are traveling through time in this epic adventure. And this one, picks off right where they left off.
Yeah, check this thing out. Turn that
right, kind of towards the end of the world. And I don't want to give away too much, but gets a little crazy. I like this issue. I don't know exactly where they're going to go from here, but I want to keep following. I like that whole idea of the story. The first one, for sure so far, is my favorite. But I do like the story, and I want to continue following it.
Yeah, and a big, 3-page type spread. That's very cool. Then we'll wrap it up with Captain America Patriot. This is a miniseries by Carl Kessel and Mitch Breitweiser. Mitch Breitweiser has done Captain America: The Chosen and some other Cap stuff. I really like his art. This is set back in the 40s, talking about Jeff Mace, the reporter who became the superhero known as the Patriot in the early 40s, mid-late 40s, and then eventually became, I don't think this is a spoiler to say, a replacement for Captain America when Captain America was missing. So it's a lot of cool World War II reporter action type stuff, kind of like a 40s movie with superheroes in it. And I liked it a lot. I'm a big Captain America fan, and I like kind of exploring these areas that maybe haven't been fully fleshed out in the comic books before. So I actually like Captain America Patriot, and probably because I'm a Cap fan, I like a lot of the books this week. But I'll make Captain America Patriot my pick of the week this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Spider-Man and Wolverine number 3.
All right, good call. So those are the comics out at your local stores this week. Go check those out, and we'll be back next week with more comic book reviews and movie news.
Hopefully a little bit healthier.
We'll give it a shot. For Kyle Roberts, I'm Matt Price. Thanks for watching.